Hey guys, Jeff here with Martin Survival. So a while back I came out here and I showed you the current stages of development with this Mojave Yucca, Yucca cedidra for the Latin name. I showed you the flowering stage and I showed you that that was edible, but then I showed you the young fruits starting to poke through this flower. Now these young fruits, as you can see here, are a lot more mature and they're starting to develop in its final stages of life, and then they'll die off and you'll see a lot of seeds inside of the fruits. So these fruits right here are ready, and they are a medium-sized fruit. As you can see here, they're not very large, just a little medium-sized fruit. And this is the exact time I want to gather these. I don't want to wait till these are fully developed into a really large, very big size fruit. And the reason is because they contain heavy amounts of saponin in the fruits, making them toxic. So they will give you some stomach pain. So right here, these are still quite large. And if I gather enough of these will fill me up. So I'm just gonna put them in my basket here. So here's another one. So this kind of shows you the stage you want to harvest them. And we'll pick a few more. And now we'll go over to the other side because there's some more fruits. So right over here on this side of the yucca, we do have some more fruits, and I can harvest these just like the other side. And we'll get this one right up top. So as you can see, we have quite a bit here. Now we'll take this back over to the campsite and cook these. Okay, so we're back at our campsite, and I'm going to go ahead and get a fire going here, and I'm not going to use any modern day technologies. I'm going to use a method called the hand drill. The only somewhat modern day technology we're going to use, or piece of gear I should say, because I do keep this in my backpack, is my ember catch, and this is a piece of cardboard. The knife I'm using to carve out this notch is the GSO 4.1 from surviveknives.com. Excellent little bushcraft knife. You guys have seen somewhat of a review on my channel. That should be about good. So we have our mule fat spindle, our perinolina stalk, and then my juniper tinder bundle. Now about 2 feet from me, I have the fire pit, and this is in a campground. So fire is on hold right now on BLM land due to my area's regulations. In the springtime, we have a lot of winds, so you got to kind of be careful with that. No worries. We'll roast these up, and we'll have a good meal tonight. All right, looks like we have our ember. Yes, we do. Look at that. My fireboard caught on fire. That's a first. The perinolina stalk works excellent. Now it's time to transfer this dude over. All right, so we have fire. Now I'm going to transfer this over to the fire pit. Now, as you guys can see, we have a nice roaring fire here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to fuel this until I can add some of these heavier logs that I brought, and we'll get these yucca fruits on. Now, if I didn't have this big iron fire pit, I would do a different technique. What I would do is I would dig a hole, I would line that with rock, and then get my fire going. And once this fire starts dying down, I would put the yucca fruits in and cover that with vegetation and dirt on top. And what that's going to do is it's going to do the same thing that I'm about to do right now, and that's roast. But I have this screen here. I'm going to go ahead and flip over just like that, and we're going to lay these right on top. And man, this fire is hot. And that should be about good. So we have our yucca fruits on top. We're going to sit, let these roast, and kind of turn them over throughout this process. So stay with me, and I'll show you how these turn out. These smell so good. So we took these off the fire, we let them cool down in this basket, and we are ready to consume. As you can see, we have them nice and roasted. Oh my gosh. These are so good. They taste just like a sweet potato. delicious. All right, so I do have a few more here left in my basket that I also brought along with me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get these on this fire and slow roast them since my fire has started to die down. And I'm going to go ahead and eat these tomorrow morning, have a little bit of a breakfast. But those of you who are in the desert on the west coast, if you can get your hands on these Mojave yucca fruits, Yucca cedidra, it is absolutely one of my favorite treats out here in the desert. Roasting them just like this, or even if you don't have this cast iron fire pit, it can still be done as long as you have fire. So that's just about going to do it today for me. I'm Jeff with Martin Survival. I appreciate you joining me for this video, and we'll see you in the next one.